decides to shove all in to make his move. But we get a flat call from Dada 37, which is screams strength to me. Like Dada 37 would be flat calling here with probably an already good made hand like queens, aces or kings, and he wants either easy chips or any 2 to win. He wants callers, I think. Otherwise, if he was going to try and protect a mediocre hand like ace queen or ace king, then I think he would have came over the top here. But we'll wait and see. One thing for sure is that we will see a showdown, so we will get to see what these players have. Okay, so that kind of surprised me there, that Dada would just flat call there with the Queen 10 offsuit. It doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me. He doesn't take down the pot. You know, if I was going to play a speculative hand like that, I would have just shoved over just to protect. And I think Lazarasi's shove with the A7 offsuit there, considering the stack size that he had, was really the correct thing to do. And I think he got a nice double up there. So that really brings him back into contention for taking down this tournament. He's now no longer the short stack of the table. And brings him up to third in chips overall. So nice hand there, Sir Larasi. Okay, so that's a tweet put out on Twitter for Dave's live training session later in 20 minutes at Poker School Online. When that session's going on, I actually want to jump in there and listen to that session as well. I'm only playing 25NL Zoom cash mostly at the moment on PokerStars, but you know, my cash game, my personal cash game leaves a lot to be desired, and I could definitely do with some of Dave's words of wisdom for the cash game tables. And I for one would really get a lot of value from that class. So that starts in 20 minutes. I'm going to pop in there and watch that class. I'm going to host Dave's Twitch channel on my channel as that takes place. And depending on how we're running these tournaments after Dave's class is over, I might decide to come back and stream again later on. We'll see how it goes. Still 5-handed here. Steve AAF from the Philippines decides it's time to make a move. He shoves all in and he gets 2 folders, so he does take that in that pot. In the process, picks up about 1700 chips, which is the pot including the blinds and the antes. So that's not a bad pot to take down uncontested at all. It's well worth fighting. Depending on at the stack sizes that these guys currently have, and at the where we're at, the level that we're at with the blinds and the antes, you could go from chip leader to be bust pretty easy. And like any 2-2 win was, he was chip leader before this hand with the pocket fives. He easy chips gets it in, of course, with the pocket kings. It's pretty standard, and he does decide to take it down. So that's exactly what I was saying. You could be chip leader at the start of the hand, and at the end of the hand you could be the shortest stack at the table. That's just the level that we're at here at this tournament. So easy chips for you takes a huge chip lead now, and would definitely have to be one of the contenders for this tournament to take it down. He will be one of the bookies' favourites for sure. And it leaves any 2-2 win with not a lot of choices really. Like 5-handed, what can you do? You can't just sit there and wait for a good hand to come along. It's very hard to manage a short stack like this. Although I did see a guy at the Irish Open the other day, coming back on day 2, he came back with only 3 big blinds left, and he managed to make the final table, which is a pretty amazing story. Most guys wouldn't they'd be too embarrassed to show up the next day with just 3 big blinds, but not this guy. So he definitely deserves a clap on the back for that. I just see a message from JWK there 24 on Skype that both of the home games for later on have been cancelled by the client. So obviously PokerStar is still working on resolving those server issues, but that will mean, folks, that I won't be back later on after Dave's the Langoliers class. Once this tournament is over, or once Dave's class is over, there'll be no tournaments to play by the looks of it, because all of these games are going to get cancelled, and no point in streaming if we don't have any games going on. Any 2 shoves all in with the ace-5. He needs a 2 to survive, and he doesn't get there. So good game, any 2-2 win. You were unlucky, mate, with your pocket 5s to run into the pocket kings of easy chips for you, but you did finish 5th. You did pick up some tournament leaderboard points, and you did finish in the money, so congratulations on that. Just as I was replying to John there, we did lose another player. We lost Steve AAF. I'm just going to check the hand replayer and just see what did he have. Okay, so Steve AAF, hold on a second, let's replay. Steve AAF was in the big blind. He had only 948 chips left behind. He shoves it all in with the 8 queen suited, and he gets called by the big stack, easy chips for you, who had king 4 offsuit, and we get a king on the flop. So that knocks Steve AAF out. So unlucky there, Steve. Good game, man. You finished 4th. And nothing shabby about that performance at all. It was a pretty good performance to finish in the money. And in the meantime, Easy Chips for You picks up some more chips and is having an easy game. Everything seems to be acting real slow today. The PokerStars client is a bit goofy. Skype is really slow. Here we have Data37 just mim raising on the button. Gets a walk. Blinds are now 800, 400 with a $100 ante. So there's already 1500 chips in the middle before even a card gets dealt. So again, it swings and roundabouts. This game could go either way. Checks back round to Azarasi from Serbia. That's kind of an orphan pot. Either people are afraid of it or somebody has the absolute nuts. It's a pair board. Anyone with a jack or a king takes it down. We get a min bet by Data37. Easy Chips could easily just afford to call here, but we both decide to fold. Button moves around to Easy Chips for You. He just elects to call. Now will Data just check here and see the flop, which he does. Flop comes down 7, ace 9. Data37 checks, so like a half pot bet or maybe 2/3 pot bet, or yeah, a half pot bet. I think this would be good enough for Data to fold, but he doesn't fold. That's the interesting thing. Data37 elects to call here and checks again. Now Easy Chips, if it was me, I'd just check back, because the call there on your flop bet was really suspect. You do check back, which I think was the smart thing to do. And Data shows over king 7 offsuit, so it takes it down with the pocket 7s. But I think Easy Chips, you did the right thing there. You didn't you saw the trap coming and you didn't get carried away. And you lost the least amount of chips possible there, I think. And we have the blind levels going up again now to 1,500 with an ante of 150, I think. Sorry, an ante of 125. Easy Chips going for the min raise, which 3-handed I think is fine. We get a shove from Larassi, like, my goodness. You're screaming the absolute nuts here. Screaming strength. But you do pick up a nice pot with that aggressive shove. So Larassi from Serbia takes on the mighty powers of Canada in the shape of Data37 and Easy Chips for You. From what I've seen in these Poker School Online community home games already, I don't know much about Larassi from Serbia, but definitely Data37 and Easy Chips for You. I know, and I've seen them about a lot. I know that they're experienced poker players, they know what they're doing, they're not too shabby.